Good morning, I'm Nikki Stanzione.
And I'm Kristen Van Dyke.
And this is New Mexico style, brand new week after a beautiful sunny weekend.
It was lots going on this weekend. I know you were busy.
I was busy. You know how last week we were talking about staycations and how great it is to just sometimes get away without really getting away. I really proved that to myself this weekend because, I live in the metro area. And I drove to Santa Fe. Some family friends were in town Friday. I had a great time. I think I hit every place in Santa Fe between Friday and Sunday night. I had such a fun weekend. It was so good to get out, and I love being in Santa Fe. I love the area. I love the restaurants and the shopping, and I did lay out at the pool yesterday, and I enjoyed the sunshine. It was great. So I really feel like I practiced what I preach. You know what I mean? I felt like, okay, this is a getaway, and it really works.
And you did. And you ate, and you relaxed, and you enjoyed. And
yeah, I felt like I was really on vacation, and all I did was get in my car for less than an hour. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it was great.
So nice.
What about you? You had a more active weekend, I think.
It was so packed. This weekend was packed.
Yeah.
Like Saturday, I don't even know how I got it all done. But it started with Mudd Volleyball. It was the 18th annual Aaron's Mudd Volleyball Tournament, benefiting Carrie Tingley Hospital Foundation. And Saturday, they actually raised more than $500,000. So
oh my gosh.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
That's going to impact the lives of thousands of children with special needs in New Mexico. So
that's awesome.
We're really happy to hear that. And we got down and dirty.
Oh my gosh.
Out there.
Is that really what it was like?
That's exactly what. See, okay. Here's the thing: is I played volleyball in high school, so it's just instinctual when that ball is just a little bit out of your reach that you want to dive for it.
Sure.
It's a totally different story where you're diving in the mud. Oh my goodness! Like here's what they say. Okay, so here's what I found out the hard way.
Okay.
I didn't know this because this is my first year doing Mudd Volleyball. So, you're playing, you're timed or whatever, and you have each side battling it out for points. Well, when you're diving into the pool, wear your sunglasses to protect your eyes and everything.
Okay.
But do not call out somebody. Don't call out mine. Don't say, I got it.
Oh,
when
really?
you're diving. You know why?
Why?
Because your mouth's wide open.
Oh, yeah.
And the mud
water
goes all in your mouth. So, you go, and you keep your mouth shut, and you just try to gesture. Because
hilarious.
Yeah,
did your team win?
We were 3-2.
Oh my gosh.
So we kind of won, but we lost a couple. So, but yeah, went straight from that. Saw the movie Snow White. After Snow White, then went to see Ryan McGarvey, who was on our show Friday.
Nice.
He was awesome, and then he was
Low Spirits,
incredible at Low Spirits. Yeah. So
nice.
it was for a CD release party. So that was all packed into one day.
I hope you showered between the volleyball and the going out. Okay, good. Good to know.
It took 2, and I still think there might be some. Yeah.
I was worrying about that. Good to know. Good to know. No, what was the shower like? I mean, that had to be a disaster after Mudd Volleyball.
It was. Like, well, you get hosed off outside, then you shower inside, and then I realized somebody goes, "Hey, you forgot your ears." So I was like, "Okay, well, all right." So I had to go back and re-shower again.
Funny.
And
so we had a good weekend. We both had good weekends.
Good.
And this week, Ben Abruzzo, whose family is known, of course, for high-flying adventures and hot air balloons, will actually take his adventurous spirit to a whole new level. Abruzzo and his friends will actually head to Vermont, where they will put their physical and mental endurance right to the test. That's going to be for 48 hours in what's called the Spartan Death Race.
Unknown distance, unknown time. You don't know what you're going to do. They send you crazy emails and tell you to quit. Only 10% of the competitors even finish every year.
Look at the, I mean, there's blood. There's blood involved in this race.
No
I mean,
doubt.
Part of what makes the Spartan Death Race so tough is Abruzzo has no idea exactly what he's going to face. So he and the rest of the people in it, they know they'll probably have to carry really heavy things a really long way and cut wood for hours, but beyond that, they don't know. So they're preparing for it. 48 hours and it begins on Friday.
I'll tell you what, to me that looks like Survivor, but in real life, like doing the real Survivor. That looks scary to me. Let's talk to a survivor of her own. Let's check in with KRQE News 13 anchor Elizabeth Alvarez with this morning's headlines. Hey, you're a mom. You're a survivor, right?
I'm a survivor. I survived a weekend with my mother-in-law. That's what I did this weekend.
Nice.
Woo! She's gone. She's now back in Texas.
So we know she's not watching live. Good to know.
Yeah, no, I love her to death. She's great. We had a fun weekend. So anyway, good morning, ladies. Good morning to you at home. We begin this morning talking about the fire everyone's talking about this morning. Sometime this morning, we're expected to get an update on the efforts being made to try and get a handle on the Little Bear fire near Ruidoso. Now, this one just ballooned out of control on Friday. Right now, there are around 600 firefighters and other personnel helping. The governor herself is keeping a close eye on the efforts. Now, the fire has burned almost 27,000 acres so far and is at 0% containment, and several structures have burned already, including including many homes. And right now, neighbors who live, or the people who live and go to the Upper Canyon area, they're being told to be ready to evacuate at any moment's notice. So some evacuations actually were lifted for what's called Rancho Ruidoso. They were lifted late last night. They also opened Airport Road or Highway 220 as well. So little progress in terms of some evacuations and road closures. But boy, look at this. The fire is just burning out of control toward Fort Stanton. And from our Sky Ranger, you can see here the devastation the wildfire has caused so far. There are some community meetings that we want to tell you about. At 7 o'clock this evening, there is a meeting at the Ruidoso High School gym to discuss the status of the fire and firefighting efforts. Another meeting will be at the fairgrounds in Capitan at 7 tonight as well. Governor Susana Martinez has deployed 200 National Guard troops to the fire zone. She was actually there yesterday for community meetings and is planning to return sometime soon, we're told. Our pilot reporter Bob Martin and photographer Matt Romo spent much of the weekend looking at the Little Bear fire from the air. Here now is more footage of this fierce blaze from their view.
Sunday's western flank, a few miles north of Sierra Blanca Peak, looked a lot like Friday's initial fire surge. That's when the original small 100-acre lightning fire, declared contained, was suddenly blown past its fire breaks by gusty winds and exploded. Sunday, with winds gusting again, there was no bringing air tankers into this turbulent and treacherous part of the fire. Up at the Sierra Blanca ski area, the fire continued to close in on the main compound. Helicopters worked to douse some of the flames, and the ski area continued to use its snowmaking machines to wet down the main buildings. Severe damage stretches across much of the White Mountain wilderness north of Sierra Blanca. Flame intensity has completely scorched thousands of acres of wild forest here. Across the lower elevation countryside north of Alto, the fire is mostly gone. A few hot spots here and there, mostly low-burning brush and grass. In and close to Bonito Canyon is where the most concentrated destruction of homes has occurred. Whole sections of large neighborhoods were leveled. The fire also destroyed other, more isolated homes, workshops, and barns scattered throughout the rolling countryside. A sign of recovery underway, utility crews working to replace burned power lines and restore electrical service. The fire remains well south of Capitan and no immediate threat to residents there. Bob Martin, KRQE News 13, near Ruidoso.
Those images incredible. Of course, you can, we're staying on top of the fires and have the very latest for you on KRQE as well as Tucasa Fox. In other news this morning, the man police say is responsible for shooting and killing another man outside of a concert at the Sunshine Theater last week is still in jail this morning. Bryant Jordan is charged with murder, accessory, and tampering with evidence. Albuquerque police say he shot and killed John Presley around midnight on Thursday after a concert downtown. More and more homes, cars, and businesses are getting broken into in Santa Fe, and police are trying to crack down on this crime. Santa Fe police say burglaries are skyrocketing, up 53% from just a year ago. And now they're trying something new to try to stop this. They're using crime data to help pinpoint when and where crimes are taking place.
We're going to deploy overtime resources to those areas to have a positive presence. These will be marked units, there'll be bike officers.
It's kind of interesting, right? Trying to predict the future here. On top of that, more detectives will keep a close eye on repeat offenders. As you might recall, police started putting out wanted posters every week on people accused of drug and property crimes. And that does it for this very busy Monday morning. Be sure to catch Matt Morrow, Kristen Van Dyke, and me on KRQE News 13 every weekday morning beginning at 4:30 a.m. Ladies, going to send it back to you.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Welcome to the new week. That was really devastating footage. I mean, just devastating.
It is, and I mean, they have a long road ahead of them. Yeah. So, gosh, prayers to the firefighters and the families going through that right now.
No kidding. And Ski Apache is actually being proactive in the effort to protect the ski area near
Active that they're taking. Workers there are firing up the snow blowers and blowing artificial snow at full blast, trying to get the area wet, just in case the flames make it there. Right now, it looks like Ski Apache is pretty close to the southern part of the fire, so they're doing everything they can to kind of be preventive.
It's so interesting. that they would think that. You know, it wouldn't even occur to me, but that makes a lot of sense when you really think about it.
I hope it works.
I sure do too, and I know you'll be keeping us posted both here on our show and on all the news programming on KRQE as well. Now, I told you last night I came back to town and went crazy for the Tonys. Oh my gosh. Neil Patrick Harris, first of all, I'm so proud that he's from here.
Yeah.
He's from Albuquerque, and he opened that show with the most adorable opening I've ever seen. Basically, it was like this. It was like, what if real life was like the theater? And it was really funny because the whole premise was, you know, what if you just busted into song in the middle of a conversation?
That would be life like with you.
Yeah, it would be like life with me.
It really would.
A little bit.
What you do? You sing a lot.
Except it would be acceptable and everybody would be doing it. Yeah, I mean, it was
I can't
fun.
sing though because everybody would be covering.
Well, you could do the other thing he was talking about, which is cue the weather. He could go boom, and then lightning could start. He could go bam, and then the fog would come out.
That'll be my part.
It would be a great life. I'm going to try to find the video on YouTube and post it on the page here so you guys can see it. In the meantime, obviously, Broadway was just basking in the limelight last night. It was incredible. The whole theater industry handing out its highest honor to some familiar faces that we all love to see.
Fox News correspondent Marianne Rafferty has the recap.
A star-studded lineup in New York for the 66th Annual Tony Awards.
Or, as we like to call it, 50 Shades of Gay. What if life were more like theater?
Neil Patrick Harris reprising his role as host of the broadcast, but the night was all about the winners. Judith Light of Who's the Boss fame taking home the first trophy for Best Supporting Actress in a Play.
I love you. Thank you. Daddy, this is for you.
Hit musicals also on parade at the Beacon Theater. The cast of Disney's Newsies putting on a show. While Latin pop star Ricky Martin flexed his musical theater muscle. Audra McDonald, meantime, adding to her impressive collection of accolades, Tony #5 for her leading role in Porgy and Bess. But the night belonged to Once, a movie-turned musical about a street singer in Dublin who falls in love with a Czech piano player. The show ending the evening with 7 trophies, including Best Musical.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Other standouts include the play Peter and the Starcatcher, which nabbed 5 awards, and Best Revival of a Play for the star-studded cast of Death of a Salesman. In New York, Marianne Rafferty, Fox News.
Another favorite moment for me was Hugh Jackman getting a special award for all of his work with the theater on and off stage, and his wife presented it to him, and he said,
oh, how cool.
It was really cute because in his thank you speech he literally said, you know what, the worst thing to my wife in the whole world is public speaking, so this was the most wonderful gift she could have given me. So it was really sweet. It was a sweet moment.
That is so sweet.
Yeah, it was great. Great night. Now we want to remind you that Wednesday is the last day to register to win your staycation at Hotel Andaluz and Nob Hill Bar and Grill.
Viewers can win a Centennial Summerfest Staycation courtesy of Casa KRQE and Gallus Chevrolet. Register to win at Gallus Chevrolet, Lomas and University.
Yeah, there you go. You can have your own staycation. See, I'm telling you, it is so worth it. Register. Have a staycation. I'm having a real vacation later this week. You'll be here with Elias. I am going back home to see my mommy for her birthday and my dad for Father's Day. Don't forget, Father's Day is this weekend, guys. Get on it. Yeah, is it going to be nice weather for that?
So far it looks like it's going to be sunny and hot. Like no changes really as we look forward to the weekend.